What is up, guys? Dr. Randy Thompson here. We are doing the September Healthcare Forum. I am so excited for today. I've been waiting for this all month. It's the third Thursday of every month. We did it for the whole summer. We're going to be doing it for the whole winter. If you guys want to be here in person, that'd be awesome as well. But if not, I'm glad that you're watching this on Facebook. So we're going over a lot of really fun stuff today. We're going over how to use the Theracane for a whole bunch of different stuff for your neck and your shoulders. I'm giving you guys a bonus neck stretch that's really, really good for headaches. I'm going to tell you a whole big story about that. We're going over hip flexor stretches for all different fitness levels. We're going over sleep science, and we're also doing showing you how to win a free hot and cold pack. You can microwave this. You can stick it in the freezer. We're going to talk about this at the end. Alrighty, we're going to jump right into it. So, we finally have Theracanes in. Oh, I'm so excited. I freaking love these things. I've been using these for years. They come in a whole bunch of different shapes and sizes and colors. Ours come in these unisex turquoise color for fun, perfect color for the whole family. So this thing's got a whole bunch of little knobs on it, a bunch of little nubs. With the Theracane comes this instruction manual for how to use it for your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your upper back, your lower back, and for your legs. So today we're going to go over a bunch of different ways to use it for the neck and the upper back and shoulder area. So first, let's talk some anatomy, because I know how much you guys love anatomy. Come check this out. So, let me hit the button. Okay, so we are working on, first here, there's the the trapezius muscle. This is the muscle that's, it's right along here. It's right along the side of your neck. So this is actually a trapezoid-shaped muscle. It goes all the way from the tip of your shoulder, up the side of your neck, and all the way down to your mid-back. This whole area right now is all your traps. So if we look at it from the side, if you hit the upper traps, right around here, you can actually get headaches from this muscle. There's another muscle called your sternocleidomastoid that can cause kind of like sinus headaches as well. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But for the moment, I'm going to show you how to get right in here. That's going to get rid of these headaches. I'm going to show you how to get all through this mid-back area. There's a whole bunch of little guys, little teeny tiny shoulder stabilizing muscles. Ooh, here's a better one. So right in through here, first we have a rhomboid that goes from the inner wall, the medial wall of the shoulder blade. So this is your shoulder blade, right? That's the bone right here. It goes from there and attaches directly to your spine. You have one on both sides. There's another muscle called your levator scapulae. That's a big muscle that a lot of patients have very, very tight. It goes from the tip of your scapula. There's a bony kind of indent right in there. We'll talk about that in a sec. And it goes all the way up the side of your neck. So that, guys, is where a lot of people hold their tension. And so if you have a trigger point here or here, these are some of the places that you could feel it. So those are the primary muscles all through here, the ones that we're working on. We're going to talk about this one. There's a bonus stretch I'm going to give you at the end. And then we're talking about this one first. So we're going to jump right into it. So check this out. So if I take the Theracane, I'm going to hold it on these handles right here. This is going to give me a lot of pressure that I can really dig in. So I'm going to put it right along here, right in that tender spot. I'm just going to search around because there's probably more than one spot. I can put it a little bit in. I can go up closer to the neck. I can go farther, kind of out towards the shoulder. There's a whole bunch of teeny tiny little tender spots in here. So right there. Once I find one, I'm going to dig in. So this is made out of like a very durable plastic. It's so you can push in and it's not going to beat you up too bad. But careful, nobody's broken one yet. But I don't want you to try, obviously. But if one does, if it breaks, come on in, bring it back. We'll be happy to replace it for you. But nobody's had that happen before. So while you're digging into this first muscle, that trap muscle, you can lean your head to the side, and that's actually going to stretch out this whole muscle right through here. So while you're massaging it in, lean away. You can kind of go back and forth just like that. I'm instantly feeling it like right through here. So it's weird, right? Why is that connected? It's there's no muscles that directly attach there. Why do we have that referral pattern? So there's this phenomenon that happens throughout the body where you're going to feel pain somewhere else from where it's being caused. So I'm sure everyone's heard that if when you're having a heart attack, a lot of times you can feel it down your left arm. That's because the nerve fibers, the pain fibers for the heart muscle, are shared with the sensory fibers of the arm. And so they're going to go back to the same, here, let's check this out, the same spot from the spinal level. So we see heart right here, that's T2. That's right through here. So when that nerve that affects your heart starts acting up, it's shared with the dermatomes of your arms. Big fancy word for this pattern of if I don't have a picture of it here, but so the nerve fibers are shared. So when I'm digging in here and I'm feeling that kind of little question mark, that orange question mark that we showed you before, that's referred pain. That means that you have a trigger point. If you have something that's bothering you right on that little X, that means you got a trigger point. I got one right there. So the next spot that we're going to work on, like we talked about, is levator scapulae. So that's going to be a little bit further backwards, right about here. Oh, man. So instead of going straight to the side for this one, I'm going to turn my head, I'm going to go down. I'm going to try to bring my nose to my opposite armpit. And if I do that while I'm digging in, oh my goodness, it is excruciatingly helpful for getting rid of super duper tight muscles. So dig around in there. The next spot, like we talked about, is the inside of the shoulder blade. So I'm going to find the inside of my shoulder blade because I can see it if I kind of pop it out like this. But I'm going to find the inside border right there. Right there, there's this little tiny lump, and I can feel this little lump right in there. That lump is my rhomboid. That attaches from my shoulder blade to my spine. And if that muscle's not working right, my whole shoulder blade is kind of going to be off kilter. It's not going to work the way that I want it to. So I really want to dig in there. So we talked about stretches, right? So stretches for the trap. We talked about the nose into the armpit for the levator scap. For the rhomboid, you're going to go arms straight across. So I can hold it up right here with my opposite hand. Oh God! And put in a lot of pressure right into there, and then bring this arm across, and it's going to stretch out while it's massaging. Oh God! And you'll feel this instantly. It's crazy. If yours are tender, if you have a trigger point in there, you're going to feel it a lot. So obviously, I got a manual job. I'm working on patients all day long. So this is definitely a good opportunity for me to use it to loosen up all my muscles so I can keep making you guys feel better all day. Oh, Jesus. So I'm just going to finish up on this other side. The other side's actually way worse. So I'm going to do more of this at home. But just to review, those are the 3 stretches that we're going to use this for the traps, the rhomboids, and the levator scap. So there are plenty of other uses for this. You can use it for the arms. This little knob right here is a really great way to kind of get the spot right behind your ear. A lot of people have this little bump on the side. Well, everyone has this little bump on the back of their ear, but a lot of people have a tight muscle right below that. So if you find your ear, you go right back. You look for the bump on the base of your skull and go right down. Oh man, you can take this and you can dig it right in there. Oh, that's a real good one. So we talked about another muscle that is really good, or that can cause a lot of pain that kind of mimics sinus pain. You might feel it all through here. It almost feels like, you're kind of like your eyes, like right in there. So a lot of times people think that that's a cluster headache. A cluster headache is a neurological phenomenon that is the worst pain imaginable. If you look up videos of people suffering from cluster headaches, or like thunderclap headaches, as a lot of them were called on YouTube, it's the most excruciating thing in the world. So this is not that, but it mimics it. It's you're gonna feel in the same spot right around your cheekbones and your eye and the front of your head, right through here. So a lot of times it's coming from the muscles in the front of your neck, right through here. So if I turn my head, and you can kind of, let's see if I can see it. I don't know if I can see it. I don't know how good the lighting is. Let's find a good way to. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So there's 2 muscles going through on either side, right through here. And if you turn your head, a lot of times it'll bulge out and you see it. If you gotta, so you can kind of pinch this. I'm gonna show you just what this, just one more time. This guy right here, from the back of the ear straight down. So there's 2 heads of the sternocleidomastoid. There's the sternal head, it attaches to your sternum. There's the clavicular head that attaches to your collarbone or your clavicle. And so if you're feeling it from the clavicular head, you're more likely to feel in these 2 spots. If it's coming from the sternal head, you're going to get that sinus kind of behind the eye pain that we talked about. So let me tell you a story about this freaking muscle. My wife's aunt it travels all over the world in her RV, and she's the sweetest person you ever see. She uses like pies as currency. Like, oh my goodness, she's such a good cook. Anyway, so she had been suffering for headaches for 13 years. 13 years. She's gotten CTs, MRI. She's been to neurologists. She's been to neurosurgeons. She's been all over the freaking country trying to figure out how to get these pounding headaches to go away. And within about 6 minutes, I showed her this stretch, and they were instantly gone. She went to Ireland a couple weeks later. It never came back on the flight. She was trapped in an airplane. Her flight got delayed. I think she was traveling for almost like 24 hours. And the headache didn't come back because of this one super simple stretch. I'm going to show it to you for free. Check this out. So that muscle right here. So I'm going to start down by my clavicle right here. When I look away, the muscle is shortening. When I look towards it, the muscle is lengthening. So what I want to do is I want to shorten the muscle and then kind of strip it out as I lengthen it. So I'm going to shorten it. I'm going to pinch the muscle right here. I'm going to turn my head all the way to the other side, and I'm going to let it go. So I'm going to turn it back, pinch, turn, let go. And I'm just going to go just like that all the way up the muscle as it gets closer and closer to my ear. Remember, it's right along through here, so I'm shortening it. Pinch, turn, all the way up. And directly underneath there is your jugular vein. So we don't want to push in. We don't want to use the Theracane on this one, because if we're pushing in, we could be pinching off the jugular vein. So if you do it on one side, if you're pinching rather than pushing, you're much less likely to affect it. But to be safe, we only do one at a time. We don't want you to do both at the same time, because then we're going to get a little risky. Well, we don't want to be risky with this kind of stuff. The last thing I want is for somebody to say, hey, I tried that cool stretch you told me and I passed out. No! One at a time. So we're turning our head, pinching all the way the other direction. You're just working your way up. And it's the most overlooked muscle for migraines, for headaches, for all this stuff. And it's such a shame because it's such an easy fix. But it's weird. It's the front of your neck. Nobody really addresses that. Whenever somebody massages you, they always massage the shoulders. Because this is such a vulnerable kind of spot that you're not used to people touching, and you don't really want people touching that. But it really is so beneficial if that's where your headaches are coming from. It's very possible that has nothing to do with your headaches, but it's definitely worth a try. If that doesn't work, come on to the office. We'll give you a full exam exactly to try to figure out if muscles are causing your headaches. If muscles aren't causing your headaches, we're going to send you out to a neurologist. We'll get you fixed up. So that's a bunch of ways to use the Theracane. That's the bonus neck stretch. Next, we're moving on. We got a request from Jackie. Jackie, I don't know where you live now. I'm sorry, but Jackie's incredible. She's a nurse. We and her were a marching band together, and she asked me for a bunch of stretches for your lower back. So if you look at previous videos, I show you my 4 favorite stretches for the lower back. We're going to review them real quick. First one, reach forward and touch your toe. Then you bend your knee, 90-degree angle at the knee, foot is up on the side, the other leg is dropped off. You bring your chest to your foot. That's part 1. Part 2 is you bring your opposite shoulder down to your knee. That's part 2. Part 3 is a nice deep lunge. A deep lunge to stretch the front of your hip flexor. So those are my core 4. Those are my core 4 for the lower back. They're really good at loosening up your lower back, loosening up your SI joints, and loosening up your hip flexors. But we're going to talk about how to do more for the hip flexors. So not everyone can get into a deep lunge. A deep lunge is pretty tough. It can put a lot of strain on your knee. It can put a lot of strain on your legs. Granted, it's not a balance exercise. You should always be holding on to things on either side to make sure that it's safe. But for I want to be able to make sure that anyone, no matter who you are, no matter how big and strong you are, you're able to do something for the front of your hips. Here's why. Check this out. So there's this muscle called your psoas that goes from your spine through your pelvis and attaches right to the front of your hip. This is the muscle that brings your knee up to your chest. So when this flexes, your knee goes up to your chest. But because it's attached to your back, if you're sitting and that muscle gets tight, it's going to pull on your lower back. So this is the muscle right here that we're stretching, okay? So keep that in mind. I'm going to show you 4 different ways to hit that muscle. Here's the first one. This is the most gentle way to hit that muscle. You're going to start by laying on your stomach. You're going to start, there we go. So you're laying on your stomach. This could be on your bed. This could be on your couch. This could be on your coffee table, somewhere that's not too high off the ground. But what you're going to do is you're going to drop one leg off. Try to bring it up as far forward as you can, but if you're just going to drop it off to the side, that's perfect too. From here, I'm going to push up. I'm going to do a nice little gentle push-up. I'm only going to push up as high as I can. So what it looks like on the other side is I am extending this area right here. I'm bringing this area into extension. I'm going to feel the stretch right in the front of my hip. If you feel the stretch in your lower back, you're up too far. I want you to come down a little bit. You can bring the other foot further forward, which might give you a better stretch in the hip flexor, but I don't want you sitting up so high that you're hurting in your lower back. So this, let's see if I can get a good angle. This is the lowest level. This is the base level for a hip stretch. Lie on your stomach, leg drops off, push up. Okay? That's the first stage. The second stage, you're going to get into a nice deep lunge. We've talked about this one a lot. You're going to get nice and low, so I feel it all through here. So this stretch, see if I can get there. You're going to get as low as you can, and I'm going to get my foot back as far as I can. I want to feel it right in the front of the hip here. I don't want to feel it in my back. If I'm feeling it in my back, I'm going to bring my chest forward, and I'm going to sink deeper. That's going to get it right in the front here. I don't want to feel it in my back, but if you're not feeling the stretch enough, get lower and then pick your chest up. You're really going to feel it all right through here, okay? So that's part 2. That's the second step of the hip stretches. The third one is a variation of something called the couch stretch. So the couch stretch, you're going to find a chair somewhere preferably very cushiony. You don't want to put, you want this to be a soft surface. So what I'm going to do, there we go, that's like a good angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my knee all the way to the back of the corner. The back of the corner between the seat and the chair. I'm going to sit up. Woo! As high as I can. Now, if you haven't felt it yet, you're really going to feel it here. So I can get a little bit deeper, but I really want to pick my chest up. Again, you're feeling it in the front, not the back. Okay, so this is part 3. This is part 3 of the hip opener stretches. I'm going to get up as high as I can. Part 4, oh man, I honestly don't know if I can do this one of these pants. But I'm gonna give it a try. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you because I love you guys. I want you guys to feel good. I don't want you to be in any more pain ever again. So I'm gonna do similar principle. I'm gonna get my knee all the way to the back of the corner of the wall, and with my other leg, I'm gonna get up into a lunge. Woo! Right here. So my knee's touching the corner. I'm not going to stick my finger in an outlet. And I'm going to try to get my butt to the wall, my lower back to the wall, and then my shoulders to the wall. And oh my goodness, this is a crazy, crazy intense stretch. Please try the first 3 first. If you feel it in any of those first 3, that's enough. That's a significant stretch. This is really the tertiary stretch. I have been working on this, literally, I kid you not, at least 7 years. I heard Kelly Starrett, he's a physical therapist that's big in the CrossFit world, show me this stretch, I think in 2009. And I've been trying to master it ever since. And I've gotten pretty good at one point, but right now I'm out of practice. But if you can get here, the goal is 2 minutes. 2 minutes per leg. It takes 2 minutes to make plastic changes in the muscle. You want to get your, and believe me, after this stretch, you're going to stand up and your lower back is going to feel like it's on a cloud. Because remember, when we sit, this muscle is getting tight. So when I stand up, I'm actually going to feel it pull my lower back forward like this. So by lengthening the muscle through here that's attached to my lower back, when I stand back up, I'm going to be able to put my hips in a more neutral position. I'm not going to have so much stress on my back. That's the goal. So, Jackie, try those out. Let me know how they go. Sorry it took so long. I meant to post it earlier this week, but give it a try. I really think you're going to like it. And that is the hip series. I'm going to give you a bonus one. Because I had somebody come in today that's a runner. And they told me they had a lot of pain kind of right here, like right underneath their belt, right at the top of their hip. They dug the tennis ball in there. It helped a little bit, but it kept coming back. So I found a stretch that's two stretches, but one of them that's a little bit more intense for that muscle. That muscle is called your TFL, or your tensor fasciae lata. Right? Let's see if I can find it. So this right here is your glute minimus. Right here is your TFL, your tensor fasciae lata. So this is your IT band. Your IT band is actually a tendon, meaning that it's connecting to muscle and then bone. Ligaments are attached from bone to bone, but this is a tendon. Your IT band is a tendon that's attached to your tensor fasciae lata, your TFL. So the first stretch that we're going to do for your TFL is a standing stretch that's going to look something like this. So remember the muscles right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this leg behind the other one, and I'm going to sag my hips just like this. I'm going to feel it all through here. So that's the first part. When I do that stretch, I feel it a little bit more in my lower back than directly in my hip. So we modified it. We found a slightly more intense way to do it. If you go on into a lunge, having the down leg closer to the wall, and then walk your front leg over and sag your hip like this, it's a much more intense stretch. Now I can really feel it in there. And that's going to help a lot with running. That's going to help with that hip pain. Definitely give that one a try. If you Google TFL stretch, it'll be like the 8th one that comes up. The first one that I showed you will be the first one that comes up, and then if you keep scrolling down, you'll find the one under me. So we just Googled it this afternoon. We found it. We're super happy that we have it because it is such a great stretch that I've been showing everyone all day, and I'm definitely going to use this stretch again in the future. So that's our hip series with a bonus one for the TFL. Give those a try. Let me know how they go. Keep me updated. Drop something in the comments if you have any questions or if you want to work on it better. But yeah, so that's the psoas and the hip stretch theory or series. The next thing we're going to go over is sleep. Oh my goodness. So I have undervalued sleep my entire life. I thought sleep was something that kind of got in the way of productivity, right? I'd rather be up doing fun things. I'd rather be either, prepping my meals for the next day, or I'd rather be exercising, or I'd rather get up early to write because I'm trying to get a better writer. I can talk really well, but I can't. It takes a lot longer for me to put my thoughts on paper rather than just tell you them, So I'd rather be doing those things instead of sleep. But I came across this really interesting study. Ben Bergeron actually mentioned this study in one of his podcasts. And they did a study at Stanford on young, healthy adults, young, healthy college kids. And they had a control group that got 8 hours of sleep a night. They had an experimental group that got 4 hours of sleep a night. So 18 to 24-year-olds, 4 hours of sleep a night. Within 3 weeks, 50% of them were pre-diabetic. Within 3 weeks of getting 4 hours of sleep a night, young, healthy 18 to 24-year-olds were pre-diabetic. Your body will shut down without enough sleep. You need to be getting more sleep. Right now, I'm averaging between 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep. I'm trying to get that to 8 to 8.5 hours. It's a lot, but it's going to make me function so much better the rest of the day. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to be energized. I'm not going to need my morning coffee if I get enough sleep. My heart's going to be healthier. My metabolism is going to be better. It's the wealth of things that are improved by sleep are just unfreaking imaginable. So I wanted to go over today 2 pillows that we have in the office. One of them is called the Decor pillow. This pillow is certified as a medical device. So what makes this pillow special is it has a nice dip in the middle of it. So for people that can have a lot of neck pain while they're sleeping, you can lie on your back Your head will go in here, and this bump right here will support your cervical curve. So if I'm lying flat on my back and I have a regular pillow, I'm sleeping like this all night. These are getting stretched out, and these are getting tight when I'm sleeping with my head forward. By having my head in a neutral position and my cervical spine supported by this nice curve, I'm less likely to wake up with neck pain. I'm less likely to toss and turn throughout the night. We've had a lot of patients come and say, the first couple nights was kind of weird. I didn't really figure out how to use it, but once I found my position, it was a dream. So this is our Decor pillow. Definitely give it a try if you're having sleeping problems. The alternative to that is the Tempur-Pedic. You can't go wrong with a Tempur-Pedic. It just hugs you. It molds to your head. It molds to your body. This one I like a little bit better for people who sleep on their stomach. It's not the best position because in order to sleep on your stomach, you have to have your head turned. When you have your head turned, you're compressing the discs in your neck. The rotational force is going to provide a micro compression. So when you have your head like this all night long, you're actually compressing your discs and you're dehydrating them. The best time to hydrate your discs and to get more water into your discs to get more area for the nerves to flow out of your spine is when you sleep, because there's no gravity affecting you when you're sleeping. Gravity is the biggest thing that kind of shrinks the disc, and then you go to sleep and they plump back up. But if your head is turned from sleeping on your stomach, you're not giving your cervical discs an opportunity to rehydrate. And that is a huge problem. That's what's going to, in addition to the tight muscles that are going to get on one side compared to the other, and the altered biomechanics that you're going to get, it's really, it's going to increase the speed of the degeneration of your discs and of your, and be more likely to cause arthritis earlier in your life. We want to avoid that at all costs. I think this is the best pillow to allow you to sleep on your stomach. That's going to help you at least moderately avoid those issues. It's not going to make them go away altogether, but for stomach sleepers, this is a must. If you're having any kind of neck pain or if you're having any kind of numbness in your hands while you're sleeping, please give this a try. I don't want you to suffer with that anymore. So that's the Tempur-Pedic, and get some sleep. The last thing we're going to go over is if next in October, the third Thursday of October, no idea what the actual date is. I don't have a calendar in front of me. But if you are here in person for a Health Forum's free talk, you're going to get a free health pack. This has Dr. Boz's name on it. It has my name on it. It has our address and our phone number. This can be microwaved to make it hot. It can be stuck in the freezer to keep it cold. These are you also get a free one if you send us any patients. If you give us any referrals, you're going to get a free one of these as well. But we have too many of these right now. We have like 100 million of these. We want to get rid of these. Please come into the next Healthcare Forum. Be here in person. Ask questions. Let me answer them and get a free hot pack. Also, we made the best mistake ever. I am so happy about this mistake because it means that so you guys all, if you know me, if you've been in the office, you know my spiel about tennis balls. I love using tennis balls as a self-massage technique. So what we did is we got a whole bunch of tennis ball stress balls. We got tennis ball stress balls. We have a whole big box of these things, of these Boz Family Chiropractic with our phone number on them, tennis balls. If you come in and mention the tennis balls, we'll give you one for free. If you come in with your kids, we'll give you your kids one for free. If you got kids at home and you want to just take a couple of them home for them to throw at each other and to get lost under the couch, we'll give you those for free too. So come on by. Get one of these by either coming here in person or by sending us one of your friends and family that are hurting, that need to get some care. And if you got any kids, we'll send you home with a stress ball because either you're going to need it or they can play with it too. So if you guys have any questions, come on to the office. We'd love to see you. That's all for this month's Healthcare Forum. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll answer them as quickly as I can. That's all for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great day. Bye.